What's up, everybody? I'm coming at you today with my review of the new Apogee Element 24. This has been my main interface in the studio for the past 5 months. I've had a chance to really put it through its paces and to test it super thoroughly. And my brain feels like it's about to short circuit and explode with all the things I want to share with you about it. So let's do this. Before we get into things, I've got some epic news for you. We're giving away an Element 24. It's super easy to enter. Just click the link and submit your email. It takes like 10 seconds and you're done. Plus, you can amp up your odds and get extra entries by sharing your personalized contest link. All right, let's get on with the review. First up, specs. I don't want to bore you to death with things that you could easily find on Apogee's website, but a few things are good to know, so I'm going to fire them at you as fast as humanly possible and in a single breath. This is a 24-bit 192 kilohertz audio interface. It has 2 inputs that can accept XLR or quarter-inch with phantom power, 2 XLR outputs around the back, a headphone out, optical in and out, word clock in and out, a power connection, and a Thunderbolt connection. Yes, folks, this is for Mac only, no PCs. Whew! All right, here's the fun part. Whenever I do a review, I like to chat with the company and the design team that built the gear. I enjoy learning how it was dreamed up and what it was designed to do. So quite simply, the Element was developed in response to a lot of customers inquiring with Apogee about getting the best quality and a Thunderbolt card with that type of performance for the lowest price possible. They wanted to pack the highest quality components into a cost-effective box, and they did that by stripping out anything that wasn't absolutely necessary. You'll notice there aren't any OLED meters, there's no fancy DSP processing. In fact, there aren't any hardware controls of any kind, not even a volume knob. It's kind of like a Ford Mustang in the audio world, all engine, no frills. Apogee also wanted to evolve their software control app, especially because this wasn't going to have any hardware controls on the box. Older Apogee interfaces used an app called Maestro, which has been totally left in the dust by their new app, Element Control. We'll dig into that in just a second. So where does Element fit into the Apogee universe amongst their other products? Element is a step up from the Apogee Quartet for sure. It's nipping on the heels of their flagship Symphony I/O in terms of quality. And I would say it's solidly on par with the quality of the Ensemble Thunderbolt. They come in 3 flavors, the Element 24 with 2 ins and 4 outs, the Element 46 with 4 ins, 6 outs, and the Element 88 with, want to take a wild guess? Anybody? By stripping away anything that isn't totally necessary, they've been able to get the price of this thing down to an incredible $595 US. Okay, that's the exact same price as the Duet, which blows me away actually. They even offer lower pricing on refurbished models occasionally if you're on their email list. All I have to say is this is hands down the best bang for the buck that I've seen in the world of audio interfaces. I mean, the closest things you're gonna see that even come close are an RME Babyface, which is about $750, or maybe a Universal Audio Apollo Twin Single at $700. All right, now let's talk about build quality and sound quality. The build quality is pretty much bulletproof. It's got a steel case with aluminum end caps, and with nothing on the outside to break like knobs or meters, you could pretty much throw this thing down a flight of stairs. It's definitely at the top of its game there with nothing to worry about. As for sound quality, I'm quite familiar with Apogee converters because I've been using the Duet for about 4 years now. They designed a whole new line of converters and preamps for the Element. They suck more power, which means this card has to be plugged in at all times and it can't bus power, but they definitely deliver in the quality department. The sound quality is exceptional, and there's definitely a significant step up from the Duet or Quartet cards. I'd have to say, in my opinion, it's on par with a lot of interfaces that are 2 to 4 times the price, even in Apogee's own lineup. The Headphone Amp also is clear and transparent. It uses current drive tech similar to their new Headphone Amp, the Groove. With no hardware controls on the outside of the box, Apogee really needed to nail it in the software control department. They built a new app from the ground up called Element Control. I want to keep this review pretty short, so I'll just comment on a couple of things here. The app is well designed, easy to navigate, and does pretty much everything you'd expect without having feature bloat. I like that it has different views called Primary and Essentials. Primary gives you access to all the deeper controls, and Essentials is a smaller strip that can fit at the edge of your screen next to your DAW, for example. A thoughtful feature is called Hover Help, which gives you access to tooltips when you hover your mouse over a particular parameter. This is nice because it helps you learn your way around element control a lot faster without needing to dig into the manual. Another useful feature is that you can set up your keyboard volume controls to adjust the element. For this reason, I never find myself actually missing a hardware volume knob. But for those of you who like more hands-on control, there's a hardware remote called an Apogee control that you can buy as an optional add-on. Something else I'll note is that there's a mobile app for iOS and Android that gives you remote control directly from your phone or tablet. It connects over Wi-Fi using an ad hoc computer-to-computer network created by your Mac, and it's especially useful if you want to be away from your computer, for example, if you're tracking vocals in another room or you're recording. When I'm thinking about buying something, I always like to do what I call the tech support test. I'll contact the company via their website and see how easy it is to hit them up and what their response time is like. I like to know when I buy a product from a company that they're easy to talk to and to get support from. So to test this out, I went to Apogee's website and their contact page was right there. They had a live chat function, which I really like. They only asked for my name and email, so it was fast to send them a message. And during business hours, when I hit them up, it only took them 30 seconds flat to get back to me. Super, super good to know. All right, so let's talk about pros and cons and wrap things up here. Sound quality. The sound quality is fantastic, definitely at the peak of its class and its price point. The software control is awesome. Clean, simple, easy to use. The mobile app is also a really nice plus. Latency-wise, it's got the lowest latency of any sound card that I've ever tested and used myself, thanks to the Thunderbolt interface. The build quality is top-notch. It's pretty much a tank. And the price is unbeatable with what's currently on the market. There isn't anything else that comes close to it as far as I know. On the con side of things, nothing major, but a couple of nitpicky things here I'm going to get into. There's no Thunderbolt cable included. And I think maybe that the bare bones philosophy went a little far here. I certainly know that it's nice to have everything included in the box, but hey, for the price, I don't mind grabbing one from Best Buy. The other thing is that the card doesn't bus power. The reason for this is because the higher quality converters and preamps need the juice. But for me, I won't gig with a card that doesn't bus power because I hate extra cables and the complexity of that. So it makes this card a studio-only interface for me. Not a deal breaker because I'll gladly trade the bus powering all day long for the quality of this interface. All things considered, the pros far outweigh the cons in my opinion. I think with the goal in mind of delivering max quality for the lowest price possible, Apogee's hit a home run on this one. Don't forget to click the link to enter to win an Apogee Element 24 of your own. It would be a sick addition to your studio. We're giving one away over at Warp Academy, so come join us, and I wish you the best of luck. Remember that you can share your personalized contest link to amp up your odds and get more entries. All right, guys, that wraps up our review today. I'd love to hear from you in the comments if there's anything else at all that you'd like to know about the Element, or if there's other gear that you'd like to see us review on the channel, just hit me up. I've been Vespers, we are Warp Academy, and thanks so much for watching. Catch you next time.